This is the dream. Why buy a bar when you can own an arcade? Having rows and rows of all those great arcade games in their huge cabinets and even making a living off of them. Damn, now I want to open an arcade. But since this is expensive and risky, I think I just gonna fulfill this fantasy with another video game. Arcade Tycoon is a very retro-inspired tycoon game. Isometric perspective, goofy pixel art, simple animation. This looks a lot like the great tycoon games of the mid to late 90s. I've loved these kinds of games when I was a kid and I still enjoy spending a few hours in one of these today. I mostly played Theme Hospital and Holiday Island back in the day, but games like Pizza Tycoon, Theme Park or Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 came at a close second, or third or whatever. And this game brought me right back to these glorious days, in a cheap, off-brand way. What do I mean by that? So in this game you start as a small-scale entrepreneur who opens their first arcade in their garage. You have to buy a ticket dispenser, some amenities like toilets and some vending machines to keep customers happy, and of course you have to buy some arcade cabinets. People come from far and wide, or maybe just a close neighborhood, to visit your arcade and have some fun with terrible old games. Yeah, I don't think this is a description of the game itself, but the quality of the cabinet. But what do I know? The games you can buy all have incredible names like Revolver, Bananas, and Money. Of course, this is not all the game has to offer. There are a lot more game types for you to buy, decoration to be acquired, and business areas to be managed. You also have to manage your power consumption and need to buy more capacity to keep all your machines up and running. And if you don't start off with a lot of money, so all the machines you can buy are prone to break down. And by that I mean they explode and might even electrocute your customers. Well, it would serve that dude right. Can anyone do something about him? Can I throw him out? Or do I have to watch while he wrecks my store? What about the comical guys who robbed me in broad daylight? No one's gonna stand up? Great. This is where you have to bring in some staff. There are 4 different jobs available in your arcade. Technicians perform maintenance on all your machines, security to throw out troublemakers and thieves, cleaning staff to keep the arcade, well, clean, and entertainers that run around your arcade and mostly annoy everyone. I don't want a guy like this looking over my shoulder when I'm playing a game. And look at all these applicants. Is someone here younger than 50? Are these really the people who want to hang out in an arcade all day? Well, beggars can't be choosers. And you will get the whole beggar experience really soon. When you hire someone, you have to pay a hiring fee up front in addition to a monthly salary. And in a small arcade, this can really suck your finances dry. Now you have to decide, do you want to have a technician on staff to maintain and repair your machines, or do you want to call in external and expensive help whenever a machine breaks down? And this will happen quite frequently. And you don't need a security guard in your arcade at all times. But when a customer has a moment of gamer rage and starts to wreck your place, or when a thief robs you blind, there is nothing you can do about it. Oh, when a gaming cabinet is broken or the toilet is clogged, you can call in an expert. But when someone destroys your property, the only thing you can do is watch. Why can't I call the police? Why can't I throw them out and maybe take a hit to my reputation? So yeah, you might think that you can hold out on employing staff to save money, but the game just throws one thing after another at you, so you're better off being in the red for a while than having to pay expensive fees every time an emergency happens. Like when lightning strikes your generator, some dude destroys your cabinets, thieves steal your earnings, or aliens abduct your customers or cabinets. What the fuck? If you don't know how the game works, the early months can be a bit stressful. It is wise to invest in a mechanic early on and buy a new game machine every time you have enough money for it. Don't worry about going into the red. There is really no penalty for it. You just can't buy new stuff but emergency expenses are still possible. But every additional game you have in your arcade helps you get out of debt quicker. Your running costs are limited to staff and rent, so just fill up your arcade to the brim with cabinets. There is really no drawback to it. You don't have to hire a cleaning drone. God damn it, man. You don't have to hire cleaning staff until you are a bit more popular and have more customers running around in your arcade. Repairing a toilet isn't that expensive, and you can pick up trash by yourself. And entertainers are really more useful after you've already got a good business going, because they provide bonuses to your customer spending behavior. Your employees aren't machines though. They're living, breathing lines of code, and they have wants and needs. While you can ignore their needs for a while, if you leave them unhappy for too long, they just quit. So you have to build a staff room. There's not much customization to it, you just build the entrance to it in your arcade and the room itself will magically appear. You can buy a few highly specific pieces of furniture to upgrade the room, but this only serves to balance your employees' need meters. So your employees need to go to the bathroom after a while, or have something to eat or to drink, or just need a breather. When one of those meters depletes too much, they take a break in the staff room and replenish the meter. By upgrading the room, you can speed up that process. You can also pay your employees a bonus to instantly replenish all of their meters. By doing their respective jobs, your staff members level up, and then you can choose a perk for them. There are universal perks that everyone can get and that mostly affect how fast their different meters drop or how fast they work. And then there are job-specific perks like being more capable in repairing retro games than modern devices, or having a frightful presence that wards off thieves, or having people litter a bit less when disemployees around. So now you got a good arcade running. You have a few different games, you have mostly reliable staff, financially you're in the clear, and now the waiting begins. As with any other Tycoon game, there is a time where you're just watching your creation making you money before you can invest in the next big thing. This game is no different. Though, the next big thing isn't always as incredible as it is in other games. You don't save up for this huge new roller coaster. The best and most expensive arcade cabinet still looks and functions the same as all the others. Yeah, it has a different paint job and a different animation on the screen while it is being played. And of course all its stats are better. But that's it. It's just another hunk of plastic or metal or maybe wood in your arcade. And that goes for all your different game types. Yeah, you can have arcade cabinets, pinball machines, light gun shooters, VR games, home consoles, air hockey tables or gambling machines. But they all look pretty much the same. They mostly differ in their color schemes. And I wouldn't say that there is a lack of detail when it comes to the different machines of the same type. But I do think there should have been more different types itself. Why are all the tables just for air hockey? Why isn't there billiard or foosball? Why are all the gambling machines coin pushers? Where are the pachinkos or slot machines? There is some great variety when it comes to food or drink vendors or even thrill rides. When it comes to these, the game looks more like a park builder than an arcade manager. Maybe there should be an option to decorate the different machines a bit. Oh yeah, the decoration. Why do people care so much about decoration in an arcade hall? How much decoration could they possibly want? And why can I only place carpets and wall covers piece by piece? Also, there really isn't a great selection when it comes to decorative objects. There are some crates and wooden fences, which I guess count as Western themed, some tombstones and dead trees, a bit of pirate decoration, llamas straight out of Fortnite, and potted plants. Potted plants in an arcade. Come on. Where are the game-related decorations? Why don't I get a new selection of decorations with every game I unlock? And why isn't there anything space-related? I mean, half of all video games are goddamn space shooters, so why can't I have spaceships and asteroids and lumpy guys with fish bowls on their heads? Yeah, this is when the game shows how truly shallow it is. Oh, it is fun to design your very own arcade, but there isn't really any depth to the management aspect of it. As long as you have enough games, you'll always earn more than you have to pay for rent and salaries. So you can just wait around until you have enough money to buy even more stuff. And more expensive games keep your customers happy for longer and raise your popularity higher. There aren't different people wanting to play different games or genre. Games don't become dated and popular again because nostalgia sets in. There are trends each month, but they only raise the popularity of a certain type of game. So still no depth to be found in here. You know what would have helped with this? A research system like in all the other Tycoon games. Well, the game has something like this. There are in fact two systems in the game to gate off content. One is a pretty shallow research system and the other is a, let's call it, acquisition system. Both use up the same resource, so from the start there shouldn't have been two different systems in here. So in each category you only have access to the cheapest machines from the start. If you want higher quality machines, you have to unlock them first with stars. And you get stars from happy customers. Every time they enjoy a game, they produce stars. So keep them happy and keep them playing to farm more and more stars. And you need a lot of them. A lot. To be able to buy a new machine, you need to unlock them with the stars you have collected, and then you still have to buy them. And of course, these machines are more expensive than the ones available from the beginning. I don't know why they didn't opt for the system in Roller Coaster or Theme Park, where you put some of your funds into different research categories, like attractions or decoration or vendors and so on. In this game you could have gaming technology to unlock more advanced machines, game releases to get alternate machines of a certain type, gaming culture to unlock decoration and whatever else you could imagine. The research system that is in the game is completely redundant. Firstly, because two of the research options are for food and drink vendors to unlock all of their different variations. Why aren't these unlocked in the same way you'd unlock game machines? I don't know. The rest of the research is a bit more useful, but could have been implemented better. You have options to make all your cabinets more resistant to jerks kicking the shit out of them. Better power management, more qualified personnel. You can even unlock a simple marketing system. Every research requires a bunch of stars and then has to wait for 2 minutes before it's completed. Yeah, they didn't think it through. Some of the options don't have to be here. Why is there a research to lower my rent? Why can't I just negotiate with my landlord? The same goes for employee salaries. And why do I have to research for less power usage? Wouldn't it make more sense to upgrade the generator? And why do I always have to pay with stars? How does my customers' enjoyment affect any of these things? No, I stand by it. The game should have just used a funds-based research system that unlocks more options over time. Drop the whole stars business. As of the time this video releases, the game is still in early access, but will release in full soon after. So maybe some of the issues I mentioned will get resolved. Maybe some of the systems will get updated or improved. So maybe keep an eye on it. That said, this already is a pretty enjoyable game. You won't get the most engaging management experience out of this, but it's a fun, albeit simple and shallow Tycoon game. Buy new stuff, decorate a bit, wait for your funds to replenish, buy more. And enjoy how your arcade grows and grows. How it's bustling with people forming queues around your consoles and coin pushers. And yeah, this can get quite exhilarating. The game isn't very hard to begin with, but if you don't want to deal with any challenge at all, just hop into sandbox mode and give yourself unlimited funds and stars to unlock and buy everything you want and just design the arcade of your dreams. And with that, I bid you adieu. Have a great day. That's it from Rady, and I hope to see you again on the next game.